Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast where we try to figure it all out with your hosts, Brandon and Collin. On this week's show, cavernous in nature. Ahoy!
Ahoy!
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. I'm recording in a remote location currently. So, I mean, it's a normal one. It's where we grew up, but it's fine.
Well,
like,
still remote, right?
It's not like I'm in the bush somewhere. But
no,
tell,
right?
Man. Well, did you survive the deluge of water and rain?
Yeah, I did. It didn't get near as bad as they thought it was going to be. So good news. Good news. No, they were like, we had a very high tornado threat thing.
Oh,
but, I'm not like a professional meteorologist or anything, but I was looking at the radar going, how? But we did have some pretty big wind and a ton of rain in a very short amount of time. It was on Easter. It was 5 to 10 minutes of just brutally intense hard rain, and then it was okay, we're done.
Oof.
That's fine. It was very difficult to see the other side of the street for a moment there, right? Rain just lashing off of rooftops.
Yeah.
And then it was fine again. So yeah, it was a lot though. But add that on top of the rain from the previous 5 days. So it was quite floody about town, so yeah, there was a lot of high water, a lot of flooding. We went walking in the park yesterday. Yesterday. There is a little creek that runs through the park, and there's a little bridge that goes over, a little footbridge thing. And you could there were some suspicious debris lines running parallel to the river up on this footpath thing, because it's a culvert, right? So it's a solid thing, but it's culverted through, and it's where the water comes through. It's basically the beginning of the creek, so it's not always wet. It's a headwater situation, really is what it is. But when it rains, all the drainage rushes through there, and it's really a lot of water goes through there really quickly.
Sure.
But there was definitely some leaf debris lines quite high.
No.
Out of the banks, right? Several
all
feet away from the banks.
There. Yeah.
There's two, right? You could, we had high and then another one, so a little bit lower. So you can see there was quite a lot of water. So that means there would have been at least maybe a foot or plus of water running over the top of this bridge.
Wow.
Right? Which is a lot for where this place is, right? So it would have been a bunch of water.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. We ended up getting just over 5 inches of rain.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was so much that the last little raindrops we got were Sunday morning. And we were still under a flood watch until this afternoon at 3. It was lots of things underwater.
Did it rain there Sunday afternoon?
Maybe it was Sunday afternoon.
I was gonna say, because down here it ripped through right about a little after 2.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Then,
okay. So
then that was pretty much it.
Fair. It was roughly somewhere because we were watching. we were watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes.
Because we were trying to think of a movie, and I was like, "What do you think happens in this one?" The kids were like, "They shrink the kids." And I was like,
"I want to." Yes,
they do. Yeah. And so here we are. So we were watching that.
Have you ever been so sad about an ant death in your entire life?
Oh, Andy. I came in.
No, you have not.
No, nobody has, and you know what? Nobody will again.
You never will again. No.
Sorry, Bugs Life and ants, but nope. So yeah, we were watching that while I was making lunch. So yes, it was roughly around that time. So yeah, which was good. It was good, but yeah, we had so much rain. And of course, it's also that time of year where all of the oak stamens, as aforementioned on last week's episode, are falling.
They're still in full effect, right?
And so our gutters were just like, am I full of stamens? Am I full of water? Yes. The answer is yes. So I was like in the downpour, like on my front porch, like reaching up, and it's so janky. I have my gutter cleaning stick that I found that is just the right curve that allows me to reach up and use it like a hook to kind of shush things out and down while I'm walking. It's perfect.
Is it just a cane you found somewhere in the ditch? There it is.
No, it's a stick. And because our roof line comes really far down on the front of the house, I can just stand and like I could kind of do it with my hand, but having the stick really helps me get it all. So that's what I was doing for like 10 minutes in the downpour, getting that cleaned out because I was like, well, this needs to get done.
There you go.
So
flush it out. Why it's going? Just like
yeah. So I was trying to do just give it a little boost and then it would flush out. And so kind of, oh my gosh, yes, it was so much rain. But yeah, we survived as well. We're actually this weekend was really nice. In between the rain, we were doing lots of outside time. We have I learned that the prairie that is 15 minutes south of our house is considered one of the best examples of native Missouri prairie left in existence.
Well, what do you know about that?
I know. And it's just like, well, we go there, trying to do there 1 or 2 times every season ish just to see and talk about. And though you can see the difference between the burn side and the not burn side. And we talked about all that stuff. And we came back with some collections.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
So
is this allowed to remove things from the prairie?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because this one was not technically in the prairie. It was in a ditch.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Right.
Here you go.
Right. Yeah. No, we're not harvesting. Like,
I was making sure. I was like, I didn't want you to admit anything on there.
No. But no, it was really neat because we got to talk about we're walking along and all of a sudden I'm like, what are these weird mounds here in this? Oh, crayfish. That's right. We got to talk about prairie crayfish. And at first the kids did not believe me. I said, no.
Like, what?
I said, well, it's fine. Look, it's okay. See the stream that's like 45 feet that way? Yeah, they're over here and they burrow down. And as they burrow, they make these little cones to kind of protect them and seal everything in and keep them safe and overwinter in. And oh, look. Here is one that's open, and a crayfish carcass is right here next to it. So
and bird footprints mysteriously next to it. I can't imagine what's happened.
So weird. So weird. I don't know why.
Mysterious. Could have been these crow feathers over here. I don't know.
Unknown why this is here. So we talked about that. So I got to show them the crayfish, and they were like, "Wow, that's cool." I was like, "I know." We got to see some of the early paintbrush plants, flowers coming up. With the prairies named after. Got to see all sorts of cool butterflies and stuff. But along the side of the road, we're walking, and all of a sudden, Noah says, "What is that?" And I say, "It looks like some sort of bone." But it was not just a bone. It was a deer skull. Is what it was. And without hesitation, he said, "Can we take this home?" and I was like, "Well, yeah."
What did Mom say about this? What did Mom say?
You know what? This is what I wanted to get to. Megan was like, "Sure, bring it home." And,
wow.
I was like, "Okay." So I learned, so I was ignorant of what you do with bone. So I was like, oh, we're supposed to bleach the skull. Like, I know that part. Like, either you're supposed to get flesh-eating beetles to mince off all the meat. This skull had been in there probably since last fall. So
that part was not necessary.
Not necessary. I didn't need to boil any fat or flesh off of this. Didn't need that. But I was like, oh, we should bleach this. And then I'll also sanitize it a little bit.
Doesn't that usually just mean you're supposed to just leave it outside?
So you can sun bleach it, yes.
Yeah.
But what they do is, I thought they used actual bleach they don't. This is really bad for the bones, apparently.
Yeah.
What you do is you use hydrogen peroxide because
okay.
this will also bleach. Now, the people who do this that are going to do like the European mounts where they want like the paper white color.
Yeah.
What they use is they actually go get the hydrogen peroxide that they use in hair bleaching at salons.
Oh, so it's higher concentration.
Higher concentration, and they paint it on because it's a paste, and then they wrap it in saran wrap. And that keeps it on, and you leave it on there for 24 hours. We just soaked ours for 24 hours in like a 3% solution.
Yeah.
In a bucket. And it's fine. And now it is next to our reading nook. But I had this, I had this thought of, we have a deer skull in our house now. And I was like, honey, there are two camps in the world. There's the camp that has skulls in their house. And then there's the camp that doesn't. And we have most definitely placed ourselves firmly in the
you've crossed the line.
Like we have really, because there's no like in between, right? You can't you can't kind of
there
have a
are
skull.
You have dead animals and you do not have dead animals.
Yes,
that is
exactly.
It, right?
Yeah, so they are very excited about this. We're already putting together some a lesson plan on that to look at some of the plates and growth and stuff
on the Wendigo.
On the Wendigo, yeah, exactly. That we found. The weird hand bones next to this were a little weird, but I think it's fine. We'll try and reassemble the whole thing. We'll need the full moon to do this, and it will probably be
true.
But anyway, this is also, it's springtime, so this is also going well with the owl pellet that I found in the park that's in our freezer right now. We were out doing an Easter egg hunt that Megan's folks had put out for the kids, and I'm standing underneath, and I hear the barred owl. I think we have 2 or 3 in our area. And they're so loud at night. It's so much fun. I've seen them sitting on top of the telephone poles and stuff. And I was looking for eggs, and I looked down, and I'm like, well, I know what that is. So because I'm a dog walker, I pull a poop bag out of my pocket, and I pick it up. And of course, like,
as one does.
Yeah, because you're supposed to dissect it and then glue the skeleton back together and see what you got.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Well,
is that mandatory?
That's what we're gonna do. It's what the current plan is. I don't know what the other options were, but Megan's dad definitely looked at me and went, "Please wash your hands before you come into our house."
Nah,
that's
fine.
It's fair. So this is
said, I never wash my hands when I'm in your house.
All right. This is, you know what? I'm going to actively unwash my hands. Right.
I'm going to wipe them on things
aggressively.
And hide your paper towels. What now?
Oh my gosh. So it's been a whirlwind. But then we went to our local art museum, and it's weird. I think I've just tried to describe this place before. It's not like a museum. It is an art showroom. Like they call it a museum, but it's not like for old pieces. Like they actively rotate through. They put on collections. They do expositions, and have people come in with their artwork. It's a teaching museum as well. So they have. This is a museum that is well known for its pottery, especially like of South American origin, but they have global pottery as well. So they display that. Yes. And they, but it's not, I'm going to say pottery, but it's not like a teapot. It's like, oh, this is a glazed earthenware like fish hook that we're
they're like sculpty, right?
Sculpty, sculpture pottery. But they call them pottery, but it's like that's kind of a misnomer.
Yeah, but I mean it's made of clay, but like they're more sculptures, not like
plates.
Not like plates and bowls and
teacups.
Stuff.
Yes. Apparently they have like I didn't realize how they have people come from art institutes from all over the world to come and look at their collection and do this stuff. But we hadn't been in several several months, and they had put a new one together. And this one was neat. It wasn't any new pieces, but they were doing just rearranging them, putting them in different collections of like kinds. So what? One of them was about what was it? It was called portraits or photos. It's photos, okay, but it was a different take on photos. So I did have to look up the process of what a lithograph was. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
See? Like this is what it was. Like this is what they do if they're like, is it a painting? No, it's a lithograph. And this is a
oh my goodness.
Is this a painting? No, it's an engraving where they engrave the metal and then they put the paint and then they put the thing and the starting to sound a bit like Bill Cosby there. And the thing yeah. But we really went because once we found they had an exhibit that was called orange to meet you, something like that, whatever. It was all of their paintings and stuff that had orange in them, which is Noah's favorite color. We were like, okay, well we have to go now.
Well, I mean, yes.
And then the basement was was called Collected Chaos. So this was all.
Hey, what are they doing in my room? What
I know, right? Rude. It's like, stop touching my piles. I know.
Yeah, no. I know exactly what's in there.
I do. Oh, and so this was where I realized that it doesn't really matter.
My museum.
I know. Harsh. You could. Being subtweeted by an art museum. And so, of course, what we do every time we go to this museum, and any museum, is in each room, we pick out 2 or 3 of our favorites, and then we have to go and explain why they're our favorites. Right, and kind of talk about them a little bit in that way. And this is where I realized that all of the ones in the basement, like I couldn't really put my finger on it, but after collecting later and kind of looking at them, I was like, oh, those were the 3 largest paintings I'd ever seen in my life. They were like floor to massive ceiling and like 13 feet long kind of paintings, right? And I was like, I'd like this.
Like a Rembrandt style,
it
like
is
enormous.
But because it's also of modern art, it is definitely one of those where you look at something and go, I don't know what this is. Like there's no it's not a classical painting museum. So that also makes it interesting to have discussions about, talk about why we like things or really like what emotions is this eliciting right now? Because we'll have those too we'll walk by things and the kids will say things, they're like, oh, I don't like that one at all. I don't like, I'm like, yeah, why don't we like that one? What is that making us feel? Or why is that, Megan will look at stuff and this just feels too chaotic. I don't like the disorganized, she didn't like anything in the basement, which is basically because it wasn't like,
were you looking wounded when she said these things? Like, hey, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
Just don't take if you took an overhead shot of my desk and then just like made a painting out of it, it would fit really well down here. I don't know how I feel about this. But no, it's pretty cool.
This is our art exhibit. This is what we got to take top-down photographs of people's desks and work areas.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I like this a lot.
I do. This is great. Oh, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm into this. I wonder if I can get people at work to let me do that.
You just have to get rid of some of the identifying information.
Oh, yeah. If there's just like put a folder over that. But like,
sure.
Just the general vibe of like, it's like turn the paper upside down, right? But like, let me see this.
Yes. Yeah, it would be good. Yeah. It was, so that was nice. And we did that just as the rain started to kick in that day. So it ended up being really nice. We ended the day into the exhibit, they were just doing a student art exhibit as well. So to see the students, which was interesting to see, like, okay, what are we presenting? What are we talking about? And they have this one. I don't know if I can send this to you or not. It's called Fishing for Light. And what the person had done is he had taken a light pole, carved this light pole, kind of bent it to make it give it this little hunched form. It's holding a fishing pole. The fishing pole goes down into what is a pond, but the pond is like a translucent, kind of opaque surface. And underneath, they have sparkling lights. So that kind of looks like, they're fishing for lights for the lamp bulb. I was like,
oh, that's cool.
I like the idea and this concept very much.
It's whimsical.
Yes. It is indeed.
That's cool.
Lots of whimsy. And this, yes. So, and it's also neat, when we go to these exhibits, because one of our neighbors is like really, really, really well known modern painting guy, and he actually was the original curator of this museum. And so every now and then we'll come around a corner and be like, "Hey, that's our neighbor's painting."
Okay, I know that guy. Look at there.
I know that guy. Talk to him as he walks by. So that's always fun, and the kids get a kick out of seeing that, because they'll be like, "We know it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I know we do." He's very nice.
Like, yeah, we know people. It's fine. Like,
and he's the guy. Years ago, Noah had a little dirt hole out by our sidewalk that he was excavating into a little mound.
Okay, yeah.
Where he would toss the change into the dirt hole, and it was so cute. I'm like, okay, this is so thankful for neighbors like that made it nice.
That's fun. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I was like trying to not hiccup right directly into the microphone.
You're fine. I'm actively drinking water and trying to cough quietly and mute myself at the same time. There's a lot going on both ends of our microphone.
Right. So that was just awkward, too long, awkward pause. Yeah. So yeah, our weekend was pretty good. We took this time to do nothing. It was great.
Nice.
We watched a lot of movies, and like once I got figured out how to make Amazon work on the TV, Susan was just like, "Well, what are we watching next then?" So we finished up the old Clarkson's Farm season 3, so we're waiting for a month or so till the next one, and then we just watched all kinds of other random things. So that's what we did, because my wife is who she is. The first thing we had to watch, of course, was Twisters. Obviously, as you do. Current weather situation or no, we're watching tornado movies. Losers, get out of the way.
Yeah.
We did that, and then we had some of the fam over for Easter lunch.
Oh yeah,
action. My dad popped by, and then her mom and her husband came over. So a little Easter lunch action going on. It was pretty good. So that was pretty much it. I peeled potatoes and then stayed out of the way. Yeah.
Good job.
So
nice.
Brilliantly peeled potatoes aside. I had nothing to do with the rest of the preparation. I set the table. There you go. These are my jobs. Stay out of the way. So that's pretty much all we did. Got testing tomorrow. Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah. So my strategy to make the kids take their mind off the testing and not worry about it too much, because I am not telling them what their project is for Friday.
Why not?
I'm like, just because I think it's fun to not tell them things. I get a great kick out of this. They hate it very much, but I'm like, I'll tell you later, because we've been doing, like, the assignments we've been doing are like, I've been telling them, look, this is really important. You have to treat this like research for the project we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. You need this for later. They're like, well, what are we doing? It's like, I can't tell you right now, but just know that you're going to need this for later.
Hold on to this, right? Don't.
So I just keep telling them things like, I've assigned your groups for you already. They're like, what? What do you mean? Like, yes. Groups for what? I can't tell you that. But I can.
And enough questions. Moving on. Next.
Yeah, moving on. Next question, please. So yeah, double check those tomorrow. But yeah, we're doing the social studies group project that I haven't told them about. Like, I've told them about the science one. They know what they're doing for the science one. The river map thing I told you about, that is happening Friday, right? After testing, right? I was trying to make sure we have the things to focus on after the test is done, right? So we will be doing these things. We're going to be doing this. So we got to do this minor inconvenience, and then we'll get back to the real science action here. It's going to be great. Right. But I have not told them what their social studies project is, right? We are doing a debate, right? Wow. And they have been assigned sides of the debate. We're talking about Athens and Sparta, Greek city-states, right?
Oh, yes.
And so they are getting assigned different ones, and they have to debate like which one is the best one. That's what they're doing. So they have a group, they have a team, and then within that team they have a partner, because there's 3 debate topics that they will be arguing, right? Like the economics of each city state, like the values, right? And then like the something else, I can't remember what's on my list, but they each get a thing, right? So they get a little team to focus on that. And so they have to stand up and tell why theirs is the best based on the information of that, which are the things that we were reading about all last week and finished up today, right? So those are all the slides and stuff that we were reading and like writing about, or those things. And now they have to use them in their debate, plus anything we read in the book too. So like they have all that. So they're going to be doing debate prep. We're going to talk about structure, basically just like come up with, we're going to be round 1, why you are the best. Round 2, why your opponent sucks, right? And then round 3 is like closing statements, or if you want to address anything the other side said, right? That's when they can get with their whole group and they can come up with points to argue. Like while they're listening, right? They can be jotting down notes and talking about things, and then smack, done. So that is the plan.
I think I like the fact that you are assigning the sides, because that it requires a little bit more work on their part, but also it makes it so that I mean, it's going to stretch people a little bit.
And it gives them an opponent, right? Because if you let them pick, then what if they all pick the same side? Well, that's not a particularly interesting debate, right? I mean, they could debate me, I guess, but like that's not very fun. So
okay,
we don't do that. And I tell them there's a score sheet, right? The score sheet is like if you use a factual statement in your argument, you get a point, right? If you have like an impactful statement, like a mic drop, boom, you get a point for that.
Yeah.
Right. And then we tot up all the points at the end. And that's how we decide who wins. Like who has the most facts, who has the best like arguments. Right. So that's what we do. So it's basically opening statements, and then like rebuttal round, which is like just talking about like why they're not great or whatever.
Sure.
And then closing argument. Boom, done. Okay. So we'll do like one of those per day. So we'll give them several days to like work on their stuff, and then they can like they'll work in their teams, but then they can like help present to their whole group, you know, so they can kind of work together as a bigger team to get stuff going. But then they have to present to the class afterwards. So sometimes it's fantastic, right? And it either goes like super, super well or like really badly. So I've done this for just a couple years. I started this a couple years ago. It's like a new thing I did. And like one year, it was like the first year I did it, I had some kids that like did really great. And then I had other kids that like, they crashed so hard, right? Because they had no like actual argument, right? They thought they did, but they actually had nothing to say. So they got up there and they're just like, yeah. And then So yeah. And like that, I think last year, was it last year? I can't remember. There was one side where like one side was like clearly winning, like by miles. But then they had some people that like one of the groups just bombed so hard. Like they didn't do any of the stuff I asked them to do, and the other team ended up winning. Like because they just
rough.
like it was like a like the first round was like they destroyed them. The second round it was like really close. Like it was really even. Right? Both sides were like there was like 1 point separating them maybe. But then the third round that they just bombed. Like that group just bombed so hard that like their whole team ended up losing.
No.
See, this is good because now I can tell them this, and this kind of helps motivate them, right, a little bit to be like, listen, you think you got it, but like you could let the whole side down.
Yeah.
You know, you could let the whole side with this. So
don't be like
I've seen it happen, right? When you're like, I've seen it happen before. They're like, what, really? Like, yeah. So buckle down. We got to go.
Yeah, we've seen the crash and burn before.
Yeah,
here's your warning message. Exactly.
Yeah. So we got to be safe, right? Got to be safe.
I like it.
So yeah, that's what we're getting ready for. So they don't know it yet, but that's what's coming soon. So that's our post-test, one of our post-test activities to kind of keep us focused on stuff. So we have things to do, you know. So we don't just be like, oh, we're done. We don't do anything. No. Yeah, this. We're doing this. Shush. Start.
Oh. Well, that'll be good. Sounds like fun. I think
it usually is pretty fun to watch. Good. So they enjoy it. They have enjoyed it in the past. So we'll see if this group also enjoys it. That's the hope here. So speaking of arguing.
Real quick before we get there. Sorry, we're gonna get there. I meant to bring up. I was looking at this will be a foretaste. I want to talk about this now because then we'll dive into this other thing. But I think we should do this now. I did look at something that we had tried to plan for roughly this time of year.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
I was like, huh. Look, we tried to do a thing. And look, nobody else would know about this unless I brought it up. So
that's true.
I'm just going to say, I think I'm going to preemptively say that we should do this challenge for next time that we record.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that I mentioned this before I forgot because I was like, I've got to do this. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. We're going to miss it. So,
okay.
I think we should do this challenge.
Okay. Next week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. There we go. Look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, back-to-back top 5 lists exclusive here.
Exclusive
podcast. Look at
that. So 289. Yes.
Wow.
I was like,
you probably let the ladies and gentlemen know what the heck we're on about here. That might be useful.
Yes. Last year,
there's one listener that might know.
We play back the tapes. Last year, we set forth a challenge for us for this year, and we forgot about it, which is fine. Because
which is not surprising.
Not surprising. It was on the calendar, so it didn't fall through the cracks, kind of. But the challenge that we said for ourselves was for Arbor Day, we should do a top 5 Missouri trees challenge.
Yes.
And we are recording this on Earth Day.
Yeah.
This Friday will be Arbor Day. So,
okay.
So when we record next time, we're right here. We're right in the middle of all this
true.
Stuff. It's fine.
We got to go for it then.
Yeah, we just got to do it. So I was like, oh, look at that. So, but for this week's challenge, we'll get back on track here.
Wait. Do we have a fair update, by the way? Do we know?
Oh, yes.
Do we know? Let's check fair update.
Sorry. Yes.
That's okay. I just thought about that too. Sorry. We're going out of the segues are falling apart today. It's all gone wrong.
Yes. I should just have this on like a
save tab or something. But like,
yes. Okay. So
we have a fair update. Last update we had Oliver Anthony.
Yes.
And some car thing.
Oh, right. We had the powery Howry 410 sprint cars race.
Sprint cars.
Sprint cars.
Sprinting cars.
We are still missing August 11th and August 16th.
Oh, okay.
So
still holding out then. Holding out for Skid Row.
Skid Row. Come on. The 11th. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. So I just wanted to update here, see how it's going. But okay.
Yeah.
So
man, because they've got to have more variety in here. Because this is aside
for
Flowrida,
it is looking even more random than normal now.
It's looking and Blues Traveler, I guess. Fine. But like
outliers.
Judd, Anthony, Anderson, Queen, Westbrook, very country. So I think they gotta pick something else.
We gotta step it up, guys. Come on. Come on. Put us on your committee. Okay. We'll get
best fair ever.
Best fair grandstand ever. Right. Put the Oh Brother crew on this. We will knock it out of the park. I promise.
Yes. State Fair Park. That's maybe I'll cut that from the episode. So they don't.
Fine. We don't
judge us on that.
Fine. It's the live feel, right? Boom.
Speaking of arguing,
yes.
We had a challenge for this week to pick our top 5 courtroom dramas.
Yes.
And this, I don't know why, for some reason, my brain, when I hear courtroom drama, my brain immediately goes to TV shows.
I mean, that is true. This is where they lie currently. When I was looking at the list, trying to fill out my top 5, I was noticing a big pattern, right? This is a genre that is like very 90s heavy.
Very.
Right? Like so many 90s movies. And then like it's kind of tapered off. There's just a couple here and there ever since, 2000, right?
Yes.
Like it's not the hard hitting genre that it was, that during that time. So I think that is very interesting because now I do think about it as television or series based, right? I think that's where a lot of it's transitioned to, maybe. But like the movie aspect seems to have fallen off a little bit.
I do agree that it has. It's very, I don't know, very, and I don't know why. I mean, we've moved on to other things.
It might be an oversaturation problem.
It might be one of those.
Right. This could be what's happening. Right. I think we might be able to blame somebody we have to put on watch on this list. Right. I am proposing we might need a John Grisham counter. Okay. We might need that.
Look.
For our list, I think we might need a John Grisham tally. And I think the fact that we might need to have a John Grisham tally tells you about the oversaturation of the courtroom drama as a movie in the 90s, right? I feel like
it was like every year from 91 to 2002.
On my top 5, 4 of them are from the 90s. Right? And with 2 more honorable mentions. Yeah. So definitely oversaturated. Not necessarily in a bad way, because there are some gems. But I think there was an oversaturation issue. And then that's why it went away. Because people were just like, I can't watch any more super dramatic courtroom movies right now. And I stopped making them. Right? I think that could be what's going on.
Yes. Okay, well, we'll work on our Grisham tally.
Grisham tally.
How did you define courtroom drama? I think we have to start there.
So I was, because a lot of these have like side plots, right? But I was looking for a large part of the story to take place in a courtroom.
Okay.
Right. That's what I was kind of basing my thing, or like near a courtroom, right? One of mine is like courtroom adjacent, sort of. So like, but the main focus of the thing must be a trial. There should be lawyers prominently featured, right? Like the lead actor should probably be a lawyer, right? Or the client, right? That should be right there. So that's kind of what I was thinking about. I was thinking because I had to demote a movie to honorable mention because there was not enough lawyering happening, right? Pretty good movie, right? But the amount of litigation occurring, quite small.
Gotcha.
So I placed it in the honorable mention, right? Because it's a good movie. I like the movie. But I watched it again, and it's pretty good, but it holds up. But there was not enough courtroom. So there needs to be like lots of courtroom judge things happening there. That needs to be the focus, in my opinion. Okay. That's what I thought about. What about you?
Yes, I expanded just a little bit to say that the courtroom had to play a major role for part of the plot, whether it was like screen time in the court or like there was intrigue and drama around a court proceeding that involved the characters. Like it was kind of like was the film centered around court and like how that played out. So
yes.
We'll
sounds like we're kind of on the same page here.
Kind of on the same page. We'll see. So right. Well, do you want to go first? I gotta get some of my notes pulled up here. So
that's fine. I'll go first here. So coming to you, straight from 1997.
1997. Here we are.
Right, and our first tally on the John Grisham board.
Oh no! Already
coming out of the gate with a John Grisham tally. I picked The Rainmaker.
Okay.
Right? With Matt Damon. Right, Matt Damon. So I definitely had to rewatch this movie over the weekend, right? Because like I vaguely recalled this. But so I watched it again and found it for free, just randomly on the internet. So that's handy. So like pretty good, right? It's new. It's like that new lawyer coming into thing, right? It's a very like seedy thing. I forgot he works for a guy named Bruiser, which there's two clues that Bruiser is not on the up and up. Number one, his name is Bruiser. Number two, he's played by Mickey Rourke. So
also, when Mickey Rourke is named Bruiser,
yeah. So this is how you know he's no good. But anyway, it is predominantly about like a litigation against a health insurance company for denying claims to a terminally ill patient. Right. So this is very courtroom heavy, lots of litigation action, like him cutting his teeth as a new lawyer, brand new lawyer, with his sidekick, Danny DeVito. So bonus points for Danny DeVito. Right. That's good.
I'd forgot Danny DeVito. This movie.
I did too. And so I was like, oh, there he is. Now, I did put this at 5 because there's this other random subplot in this movie that's like Matt Damon falling in love with this woman that he meets in the hospital as he's ambulance chasing, who's like the victim of domestic violence. And like, it's a very weird side thing that's happening in this movie. And I think like if you cut out all of that, this movie would be 30 minutes shorter and I think better. So like just for a law movie, this is a really weird. It's a really weird. He's like in the hospital because Mickey Rourke's little firm thing he's got going on is like you just go to the hospital. And it's like literal ambulance chasers, right? And he like sees her and he like falls in love with her immediately. But then the scene is like her boyfriend like screaming at her and throwing water at her in the hospital.
Oh,
you're like, what is happening? This seems wrong and bad on so many levels. Like it's like icky. Like what do you? So the side plot there makes it a firm number 5 because the lawyering is excellent in this movie. But there's this whole other thing that's like not related at all to the case. Like really kind of drags movie down a little bit for me. But I put The Rainmaker at number 5 because it is very firmly a courtroom. Like a lot of stuff is happening in the courtroom. John Voight is the defense attorney, right? John Voight being the bad guy, like he does so well. So doing good
as
being smarmy, right? He's being smarmy. That's right.
Yes. As he is good. Well,
yeah.
My number 5 is number 5 because does a large part of the movie take place in a courtroom? No, it does not. Does a major plot point of the entire film hinge around a courtroom setting? Yes. Is one of the main characters also a lawyer? Also, yes. Is it one that we have watched recently as a family? Also, yes. So this one was top of mind when I picked Miracle on 34th Street.
This definitely qualifies. We count it. Tot it up.
And sure, I don't. You can choose the 1994 or the 1947 version. Whatever. It's the courtroom setting is I think fits this bill. It's a little weird on the technicality that they used to get off on this, but I'm not here to judge legal grounds.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. We're just here to watch the movies, not be actual judges. Okay.
I don't even. Yeah, I'm not a judge. I don't even play one on TV. I just watch the movies about them and the lawyers that they play. So no, I don't have a lot to say on this one because the courtroom setting I think is about 3 minutes long for the movie.
That's fine. It's fine. It's the crux of the whole movie. It's the
crux. Though. This is why I picked it. And honestly, when you said courtroom setting, because we just watched this one over Christmas, this one immediately came to mind. As far as I think this fits the bill because everything is hinged around this. So that is
I would say yes. I would say that's fair. That's fair.
I will enter specifically. I will enter the 1994 version to stick with our 90s themes.
Oh, okay. So. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can put both minutes. My number 4 movie. Once again, firmly ensconced in 1996. This is definitely the main character is a lawyer. The whole thing is about the legal proceeding of a murder case, right? Presuming trying to figure out who is the client guilty or innocent of murder, right? He's trying to get him off. I'm going to go with Primal Fear.
Primal Fear. Okay.
Richard Gere and Ed Norton.
Man. Right. young Ed Norton too, right?
Very young Ed Norton. Extremely young Ed Norton, right? Baby phase Edward Norton. I think he might have still been Edward Norton Jr. at this point in his career.
Probably. Yes.
I think that was still there. So this is it's a pretty good. It's firmly in the court thriller kind of subcategory.
Yes,
I would say because it's very psychological, right? And there's all kinds of twists and turns there, and no spoilers, but the end is oh wow, what the heck? So a big ending, right? So this is it's all about one very specific case, right? Where the lawyer is uncovering all the evidence and doing all this stuff, right? I'm pretty sure the police are supposed to do some of that. That's fine. Anyway, it's fine.
No good police.
It's okay. It's okay. The second 30 minutes of Law and Order sometimes has the lawyers doing that stuff, so we'll count it.
It's not true.
Not true, right? They got to do discovery and all these things. So, working to uncover all this stuff around this murder that has occurred in the church, right? So it's this whole big thing. So I'm gonna put Primal Fear because it's a pretty good movie, right? It is. The rewatchability is a little low.
Sure.
Right.
Well, once you get
right. Once you know the end, this is one of those movies where you watch it a second time because then you can you know what to look for all the way through, but then it goes down a little. It's still a good movie. It's very well acted by Richard Gere and Edward Norton Jr. So
yeah. Well, and I don't know, and I think Greer plays the lawyer and like the his motivations. He really plays his own motivations well in this too, which makes this I think which is part of what makes a good courtroom drama is that it's not just about the case, right? It's about people trying the case and involved in the case that have their own motivations and desires and stuff, not just the legalities, because there is definitely also a subgenre of legal dramas like that I think does a little bit different of no, this is about the technicalities and about the case and stuff, but this is more about the drama. So.
Yeah, that's true. This one does have the thriller aspect, but you do have the lawyer motivation of like, he's trying to do the right thing and trying to do the stuff, and so that's it adds to the overall going on here. So that's my number 4. I'll put that one on there.
Okay.
I do also remember the first time I watched it was like, oh my, what?
I also, so my number 4 is from what is this, 1992. This one this one is famous for a couple different reasons, but I like this because of the motivations of the people that are working on it. And I just really like A Few Good Men from 1992.
Classic.
When you have a movie that's basically known for
one line. Yeah.
5 words. It's 5 words, people. You can't.
Everybody knows
the truth. Yeah. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. And even I was like, no, wait, what were I had to go back and do a quick watch through and like some reading on this to remember what the whole thing about this was. As far as following the orders or not following the orders of their
because it's a military court.
It's a military court, which I also like as well because it makes it a bit different. It's not the publicity anyway. It's good. So yep, that's a good one.
That's a good one. That's true. I was wondering if you were going to put that because I didn't have it. It's not appearing on my list.
Oh,
so I was like, I kind of didn't put it on there. Okay. And I was like, I wonder if Collin will, because I feel like you got to put it on there, right? It's just like
I think it has.
You think about courtroom drama. This is like one of the movies.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
I agree.
That's pretty good. Speaking of another the movie, right? Number 3, still in 1996.
Here we go.
And John Grisham alert number 2.
Oh no.
A Time to Kill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nice. This movie is just excellent.
Yes.
Right.
And it's got Sandra Bullock in it.
Yeah. Sandra Bullock, right? Samuel L. Jackson, Matthew McConaughey. What more could you possibly want?
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
What other, like, come on. What a power trio. Like, what are you gonna do? Come on.
Man, yeah, 96 was a good thing for this.
Yeah. So very charged movie, right? Very charged. And so the whole thing about like it starts out as one type of case, right? But then of course we change a little bit because spoilers, Samuel L. Jackson does the thing and he kills the guy. So so we pivot now. We have a whole other situation unraveling, right? In this whole southern atmosphere, right? So this movie is just excellent. Like the acting in this movie is like so good, right? This is a movie like you just watch this movie over and over again. Like it's just an excellent movie, right? I think it's really, really good. So that's why it's my number 3.
Like it. I love it. Okay. Well, my number 3, sticking with things in the South, we're gonna throw in one that is To Kill a Mockingbird, 1962.
Oh, nice.
I put this one on here. It's one of those again. I have watched this a couple times, and I think it's just a very good movie. Has
Gregory
the
Peck, right? Isn't it Gregory
yes,
Peck?
yeah, Peck, yes, Gregory Peck with Atticus Finch. It has the family implications for a man standing up for his beliefs, and how that's impacting within the community and all these things as well. So it definitely is the drama behind that and the impacts that it has on larger outside of the courtroom, which I think is important too, and I think is good for what kind of what a good courtroom drama does is kind of shows the impacts that the case has on people around it, not even just the people, not even the lawyers or the defendant or whatever, but like
just the town.
The town, right, is what they're after. So
yeah, very good.
Like
That's a good one. That is a really good one. Sticking with not being in the 90s.
Oh,
right. My number 2 takes us back a ways as well, right? I think this movie is good. The storytelling in this movie is excellent. The cinematography that is used to tell the story in this movie is incredible. Like the camera work, right? Because I am, of course, talking about 1957's 12 Angry Men.
Oh,
right. This is a one room. The whole movie takes place in one room.
Yeah.
Right. The juror room.
Good.
Right.
Yeah.
So like telling the entire story in a single room. Right. The way they play with the camera, where it starts out like certain ways, it starts moving in like real tight the longer they stay in there. Right. Just it's all, and then just all gritty as they, go through these personal battles and like they're kind of going through their own biases and all this stuff. That movie is just excellent. Right. So I put 12 Angry Men as my number 2. Right.
That I have not seen that movie in a very long time, and I am adding it to my watch list right now.
Oh yeah, it's so good. Like I just randomly thought about it like once last year, and I was like, Susan, we're watching this movie because she'd never seen it, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, what in the world?" Like, every single actor in the movie is so good.
Yeah.
Right. It's so good. There's 12 people in a room for the whole movie, and it flies by. So good.
Well, I mean, yeah.
The power in that room.
Yeah. Well, you've got to.
It's so good.
You've got to. You have to have stellar actors for to pull off a movie like that. Like it. It relies wholly on that for sure.
Yeah, Henry Fonda, Lee Cobb, Joseph Sweeney, Martin Balsman, Ed Begley. Come on, I mean, just wham, 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 wham. So good. Jack Warden, he hit him in there, so good. And the fact that they never know, they just refer to themselves as numbers. Like you don't even know their names in the whole movie.
Yeah,
like all kinds of stuff about their life by the end, and you never know their name.
Yeah, well, you couldn't, right?
Like, yeah.
That's how it was supposed to be.
Yeah. So good. So that's my number 2.
Number 2. Okay, my number 2. Bringing us back to the 90s and adding a bit of comedy to this list. Is also well known for a scene. I'm of course speaking about My Cousin Vinny from 1992.
Yes.
The 4 degrees top dead center. Like I love it. Just I like the, it plays with different tropes, the city guy in the country and, the different, the different, oh gosh, it's a culture clash, fish out of water kind of story too, which I think is, makes it all the more interesting, in relation to that too. So also it's just a lot of fun. And I really enjoy watching this movie.
It's a lot of fun. So fun. In fact, it's my number 1 on the list.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Well,
so good.
Good.
Yeah. I think it does a really good job of like being really good about like the courtroom stuff, and it's also hilarious, right?
Yeah,
And standout Marissa Tomei, right? Obviously, right? Like
obviously.
the dynamic between her and Joe Pesci is so good. It's so good. Like her character like makes the whole movie, right? It's so good. Like the fact that she like goes through this whole arc of like she wants to help and do all this stuff, and he's all mad because he wants to do it all himself, and then she ends up being the whole key to the whole thing anyway. And so like,
Mm-hmm. No, it's great. It's well done. I do. They do make the movie, and it is the comedy. It's a funny movie. Like it's
really
just
hilarious.
straight funny. So
Yeah. So
no,
yeah.
no. One that is my number one is not really a funny movie, and it's one of the movies that I watched that I think really were more in line with this genre. This one definitely is more of a court case more than courtroom drama, and one that I remember watching and just being enthralled the entire time I watched this. I'm speaking of Aaron Brockovich.
Oh, nice. There we go.
One that the entire thing is around, building a case, talking with people, knowing people, like everything that goes into that, putting together the mode, like all of these things go into this. Again, Sandra Bullock, sorry, not Sandra, well, Julia Roberts.
Julia
sorry.
Roberts, yeah.
So sorry. I had another tab open and I saw Sandra Bullock. So Julia Roberts, fantastic actor in this. And just, I don't know. It's one of those where it's a peek behind kind of what's going on and just retelling the story and kind of cleaning up this mess and trying to get what's right for people. So I really enjoy this movie quite a lot.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Right. Very nice. Very nice.
So did you have, so I had you had Rainmaker, Primal Fear, Time to Kill, 12 Angry Men, and My Cousin Vinny. Yes. I had Miracle on 34th Street, A Few Good Men, To Kill a Mockingbird, My Cousin Vinny, and Aaron Brockovich.
Beautiful.
Did you have any runner-ups?
I did. I was going to mention To Kill a Mockingbird if you did not, because that was on my runner-up list, right? Okay. The movie that I demoted, right, is, of course, John Grisham watch number 3, 1994's The Client.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
This one it's very much about the case, but it's like, it's not, it's kind of light on the lawyering action, right? Yeah. They talk to the kid talks to the lawyer a lot.
Yeah.
And then the lawyer and Tommy Lee Jones talk a lot, but like, there's no like court case happening. Right.
No,
it's just about it's just about trying to get the kid to know, like everyone wants to know what the kid saw happen. Yeah. Right. And it's like a push, and like the FBI is trying to get to him and talk to him, and the mob is also trying to get to him and talk to him. So like you just have like Susan Sarandon and making questionable legal decisions by helping her client. Right. Also, shout out to returning actress, my second favorite Susan Sarandon. Right.
Susan Sarandon,
The Client. Right.
She's good. Yeah, no, it's
really good in this movie. But like, so I watched it again right over the weekend. It was kind of like, it's not a courtroom drama. It is about a case, right? But like some of the stuff they do is like, I don't even know if that's legal. Good story, right? It's a good story, right? But like, it's a little light on the actual legalness, so I didn't put it on the full list. Right?
Gotcha.
That's the only one that I wanted to mention for sure, because you mentioned To Kill a Mockingbird already, so I wasn't going to do that.
Okay. I was going to do I think another Grisham watch list. Runaway Jury.
Yeah. You didn't mention that one when I was out talking to her about this.
Okay. 2003. Is that one that I I think that's just more familiarity with it. Of like, oh, I think I knew that, and I didn't bother looking into it. So I didn't want to mention that one. I also can't do one of these without mentioning. You mentioned 12 Angry Men. I am going to offer the Monster Piece Theater by Alistair Cookie, 12 Angry Men's version of this. I don't know if you remember this, but I did find this.
No, if I do remember this.
I don't know if you remember. I'll send you this link.
I know there's a remake of 12 Angry Men with Jack Lemmon, apparently. I don't think I saw that one. So
this is with Cookie Monster, who says 12 Angry Men with 12 very angry men, and then it shoots to 3 cows, and he says, "Oh no, I'm sorry. This is a movie called 3 Sad Cows about 3 sad cows."
What the heck?
And then they actually go to the courtroom. It's ridiculous. I watched this, and it's only like the whole sketch is only 2 minutes long. So anyway, it's ridiculous. I did also want to bring in Megan's favorite, because I had mentioned that this is a genre that Megan absolutely loves, which I think to say that Megan really loves John Grisham. But
yeah, Susan also really loves. That's what I learned also when she said Susan has apparently read a lot of John Grisham. I did not know this.
Yeah, and that's because Megan's all-time favorite courtroom drama movie is The Firm from 1993.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yes, this is one that she and I have actually watched together a long time ago. And I don't know if she really likes this because it has Tom Cruise or Wilford Brimley in it. I haven't decided. I haven't been able to figure out.
Tough call, really.
but her very, very close second was A Few Good Men. So she is firmly in that camp. So I did want to bring this up. So we had that. We had that input. So
excellent.
Yes. Oh, I have to send this to. I didn't even send you the link for the Sesame Street's Monster Piece Theater rendition. Sorry, I just sent it over to you.
So, there you go. Okay, so you can watch that when we're done here.
Tell me if you remember that, or if this is just something that popped up in my brain from my fever dreams.
Maybe
before. Yes. So good. I like this list. I have re-added a few things to my watch list.
All right.
So I am 12 Angry Men is definitely one of them.
Oh yeah, so good.
It's a good one.
So good. So. Cinematography masterclass. 12 Angry Men. Right, like it's beautiful.
Love it. Oh man!
All right.
Hey, I have to find my haiku. Hold on.
All right, there we go. So vamping while we try to remember where we wrote things. I do this all the time.
Where I put this,
I always do this too. I can't. You think I'd be able to find my notes app by now, but no. It's always like where did I put that thing? I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Dramatic, right? This is why you need a big yellow legal pad, apparently. To like throw on the table dramatically. Lots of legal pads, right, in these movies, by the way. Right. If you're wondering, should have done a legal pad count. Dang it. All right, next time.
Oh. Okay.
In the Rainmaker, there's like 47. So there we go.
Okay, this is a callback to a topic from last week. So here we go. Oh, and I have a follow up on this actually. So I'll read the haiku and then I'll do the follow up.
Okay.
Potholes patched with care, gravel hums beneath new tar, smooth paths reappear.
Lovely.
The city has come out and is fixing some city roads, when I will say that I had mentioned that some of the potholes are quite large and terrible, which doesn't, it makes people like screaming at MoDOT to fix the city and the city to fix the MoDOT stuff. Like the county, the people had started to describe some of our potholes as cavernous. So they were getting really
Oklahoman in nature, perhaps?
Oklahoman in nature, to the point. One was so bad that last fall, somebody went to Lowe's, bought a tree and planted a tree in the pothole to start
tie into next week. Stay tuned for top 5 Missouri trees.
Yes, to start raising awareness for how horrible this pothole was. So Anyway, so those are fixed. So I can report that at least 2 that I know of that showed up on our community Facebook pages have been fixed. So
it's hilarious.
Good.
Right. I guess not only do we need to teach them about governmental structures, but also about how potholes form, weathering, and frost wedging. We need to have a lesson on this as well, because when you have the world like super gross winters, they just sprout.
Yeah,
right. Really, like when your winter goes -20, 50, -20, 50, -20, 50, then like add in some semi trucks, insta pothole, right?
Yeah.
Like,
you can't do much about that, and it's just
it's just gonna happen.
It is, people. So stop.
Stay tuned for our discussion on frost wedging as well. It's like,
man,
riveting.
Hey, I'm writing it down. It's right above top Missouri trees. I'm going to start frost wedging. Brand's got a hot 3 minutes on frost wedging.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay, we'll expect that. Expect that follow up.
Okay.
Oh goodness. Well, lots to look forward to next time. Another challenge.
Indeed.
Lesson on frost wedging, and we'll see if we can get it all accomplished in under an hour and a half. We'll see.
No telling.
Telling. Good. Well, love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.